The only way to find out if the path is real or not, when I say real, I'm talking about something that you can actually walk on, not just an idealization or a projection that you created in your own head based on how you see the situation. But anyway, going back to my point, the only way to know if the path is real or not is by you staying in your lane without trying to orchestrate or over control a specific outcome. Because that's actually nothing but an illusion. That's a potential that you're seeing based on who you are and where you're at in your own life. Not the same thing as actually the path being a tangible path. For example, the potential that you see with somebody, a relationship that you see with somebody, that's like mostly your own idea based on your own idealization more than it being a real path. Now, it can be a real path if both people are on the same page, but just remember that with things like that, all parties who are involved in that vision that you have to agree to take on that path. That's why it's likely more of your idealization, because they have not agreed to your manifestation or reality. Now, examples of the real path that are actually tangible will be your ability to move tomorrow if you have the funds to do so. That's a real path. It's a possibility, it's a potential. It's something that can tangibly happen if you just take control of the situation and make the decision to move. So there are different types of potentials and paths here. It is very important that you understand these factors when you are creating your reality, to not over-invest in yourself in situations that require other people's free will to fully be on board. And just know your own will alone will not be sufficient to materialize a path that you desire that involves other people's will. Even if you have the best intentions, we're not talking about you having a plot against somebody or trying to manipulate situations. You could talk about that, but I'm not talking about that. I'm talking more in a general sense of you creating or trying to manufacture an outcome based on your own idealization, and not to overinvest in things like that until you know that other people are fully on board, because those things will create anomalies in the reality and then it'll eventually crack, especially if the foundation wasn't strong in the first place. And the foundation has to be stronger than your own will. Of course, if the divine supports it, then it'll happen. Like whatever's meant to happen will happen. But your own manifestation alone is not strong enough to sustain a potential or grow potential that requires other people to be on board. Your free will is real. I do this because free will always be an interesting concept to me. Anyways, your free will is real, but there are other players here. Just keep that in mind. So recognize your choice points all around, but don't overestimate your power.